So I want to take a minute to think through an inconsistency that we have, like how we treat mothers that murder their children versus how we might treat anyone else who murders them. So if not being aware of ways to access financial assistance, healthcare, housing, or food assistance are a free pass to murder your baby, why does it only apply to mothers? Why do we not see crisis fatherhood centers? If we really loved women and children, wouldn't we actually have services to help fathers provide if we cared about families, women, or children? So imagine a child being 5 years old when the pandemic hit and the father loses his job, his home, and his marriage. Say his wife abandons him and sues him for child support. So this father is afraid and he has no idea how or when he's possibly going to be able to provide or to make ends meet or what kind of life his child's going to have. He has no idea where to go. He doesn't know how to access or get any type of help. Rather than the possibility of his child growing up in poverty or having a difficult and challenging life and feeling like a victim of his circumstances, he decides that the kindest thing he could do for his child and his own future is to make the choice to murder his child. Now, imagine that not only do our laws not even remotely attempt to protect the child by making her murder unlawful for the murderer, they also have so much concern for the plight of the father that murders her that the state offers him, by law, financial assistance, housing, healthcare, food assistance for up to 2 years after he murders his child. This is what the Every Mother Matters Act, the Emma Bill, does in the state of Texas. This is what our pro-life laws permit for women. They not only permit and condone the murder of God's children, they reward their murderers by effectively taking the role and duties of husbands and fathers in the home. The pro-life movement worships and idolizes women. Their mantra is not pro-family, nor is it pro-husband or pro-father. It is pro-woman, pro-child, pro-life. It goes so far in its worship that it refuses to call a woman that poisons or dismembers her own child a murderer. Rather, it perpetrates a lie by pretending that she is a victim so that they can aid her in getting away with murder and continue to assist her for up to 2 years afterward. The only consistent position on the Holocaust of the preborn babies in our land is the abolitionist position. It's a consistent position that values the humanity of every single party involved. Because it's a biblical position, it demands justice for the oppressed. We would cry out for justice and criminalization of a murdering father if our laws exempted that father from prosecution during any stage of that child's life. And because we believe that preborn babies in the womb are truly a gift from God, that they were known by God before he even created them, and we believe that they deserve justice, and the mother that murders them should not be exempt from prosecution.
Because at its very core, it is about serving women, a very vulnerable population among us, specifically the 60,000 women a year who seek abortion. There's a few statistics that I would like to point out. Our sister organization is Human Coalition, and it's a network of clinics that serves women seeking abortion every single day. 75% of women seeking abortion report to our clinics if their circumstances were different, they would prefer to parent. They also report that they don't know that resources, public and private available resources, already exist and are available to them. They're already eligible for resources, and they don't know how to connect with those resources. So Emma helps rectify these issues and come alongside women and make sure that they have, if they so choose and voluntarily want to engage with those resources, anything they're eligible for, whether that would be employment, insurance, Medicaid. Some women have difficulty feeding children they already have or paying rent, homelessness. There are a whole host of benefits that women will reap just from being connected with services already available to them, and then can verify with her abortion provider that she received the phone call without any exchange of information. There's no data exchanged whatsoever. The call can be completed in under 5 minutes, but also includes an offer of assistance for domestic violence, abuse, neglect, and human trafficking, which we know is very prevalent in the abortion industry. But most importantly, Emma enables a host of benefits for women and their children's health and welfare. It provides access to prenatal and postpartum care. Regardless of birth outcome, women are eligible to receive assistance for 2 years from their initial phone call. So a woman could ostensibly go have an abortion, decide she actually does need assistance or a job, and call 2 months later and still receive care and assistance to help alleviate some of her long-term circumstances.